crazy year, to be honest. It was something that I wasn't ready for in terms of, I guess, the success that we had. And if you really look at the first part of the season, we lost to Wofford, who was not good. Iowa State got last in the Big 12. We lost to them. And we almost lost to Missouri State. It was all out in Las Vegas in this tournament right before Christmas. And the season was a disaster up to that point. But then we started winning some games and lost a close one to Michigan State, and then won like 13 games in a row or 10 games in a row in the Big Ten, and became ranked. And it was just so unexpected, and it was probably the most fun year of college because there was no expectations. It was just kind of go out and play. And we won, beat Wisconsin. The students stormed the court, won at Wisconsin, which is incredible because I believe at that time the only other team in the Big Ten that had won there was Illinois with like D. Brown and Deron Williams and Luther Head. So that was incredible. Then we beat Michigan State at home like 3 nights later, who was ranked 9th in the country. And it's like, what's going on here? Like, it was such a crazy experience for me. And I think it was easiest for me because out of the 4 recruits that we had, I think I had the least amount of pressure on me to perform right away because each one was known to be this big scorer. Scott was known to be this big scorer. Jawan was known as this guy that had so much potential, and I think it was easier for me. And I'm glad it was like that because I was able to go in and just kind of be under the radar a little bit. But I had a feeling that things were gonna go well just from the way that things went in the summertime, and Coach Painter had definitely put a lot of confidence into me to play. So it was a great experience. It was fine because we had been in high school. We were ranked number 1 in the state a lot, and my AU team was ranked in the top 10 with me, Etuan, and Scott playing for SYF. We were always pretty successful and had been pretty highly ranked. So that wasn't something that we had a problem with. It was just nice to kind of come in and get acclimated, I think, under the radar. So once we were there, it was fine. It was something that I enjoyed playing with, and it was something that obviously you want because you want to be good, and obviously if you're not dealing with that pressure, then you're probably not a very good team. So it was something we were ready for. It was just nice to kind of not have it right away. I think the first couple of times, you're really trying stuff out, and you don't want to, jump into the deep end of the pool and when you can't swim. So it's a weird experience because you've played basketball your whole life and done things your whole life, and then all of a sudden something so minute and routine goes wrong. And it's like, should I do that anymore? So I dealt with it with Coach Painter. Whenever I'd drive to the basket for the first couple of weeks of practice, when I came back the second time, he kept telling me, Rob, you got to jump stop, you got to be under control. It's like, hey, last time I jump stopped, I tore my ACL, so I really don't want to do it right now. But you start to do it, you start to get more accustomed to it, and after a while, you just forget about it altogether. It's been good for me. It's been something where I think you're dealing with different people and a different culture, and you kind of get to see how good you had it. Like at Purdue, we just got that $99 million renovation. So new locker rooms, new weight room, new practice facility. The court's been all redone, and then it's my team in Spain. We lift with like the general public in the gym. You appreciate how good you had it, I guess, but at the same time, it's a good experience. The NBA is more based off of athletes, whereas Europe is more based off of skill. I think that's a pretty fair statement. But a lot of teams play a lot of pick and roll basketball, which is what the NBA has become. Our team is a little bit different. We run kind of like a motion offense, which is a little bit pretty unique for the league. But you have good players. You have Andres Nocioni, you have Juan Carlos Navarro, who's the Spanish all-time league scorer in Olympic history. Rudy Fernandez decided to leave the NBA and go play back in Spain because he's from there. So there's good players, and it's supposedly the second best league in the world, and I believe that.